Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Midnight back again, bringing you another video for you guys to enjoy. And it's been forever since I've had a video for you. But just like I did last year in 2023, we sat down and I ranked all the games I played from worst to best. This year I'm going to be doing the same, but with a little bit of a different format. This time we're going to be doing it in a tier list format. I feel like that's easier and also fun. So that's what we're doing. I'm doing this all in one take. So here we go. These are the games that I've played. These are mostly in the order that I've played them, but I did make a couple tweaks for suspense reasons or just for it just making sense with the flow. We're going to be ranking these from best to worst based on 5 different categories: masterpiece, great game, good game, pretty mid, and trash. If the game's trash, that's where it's going to go. These will be in order as well. So if there's like 6 games in great game, this one will be the best. This will be the second best. This will be the third, and so on and so forth. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first game we have here is Eternights. Now, Eternights was a little JRPG made by like a very small team. Might have been one dude. I'm not sure. Kind of like Persona Light type game. You know, romance, social links, and then you're fighting, weird demon-looking monsters, and there's a story. This game was, I would say this game was good. I'm going to put this in the good category. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. Not the best game I played all year, but certainly not the worst. The combat was fun. The characters were fun. So I enjoyed that. Let's see. Moving on, we have Baldur's Gate 3. This was the 2023 Game of the Year. Undisputed, in my opinion. This game was freaking incredible. So where are we going to put this here? Let's see. Trash, mid, good game. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, and you and I both know it. Anyone who played this game, they know it's a masterpiece. Absolutely phenomenal. 10 out of 10 video game. I played like 140 hours of this game. Had so much fun. It was so good. So good. The characters, the story, the choice and consequence. I still want to go back and replay this game and do like a different playthrough. I might try the Dark Urge, see how crazy and evil that gets. We'll see. So masterpiece for Baldur's Gate 3. Moving on, we have Yakuza Kiwami 2. So I am on a journey here. You might notice some Yakuza games in here. There's a couple Yakuza games in here, as you see. Boom, boom. I'm on a journey to play all the Yakuza games in order so that I can get up to the new hotness ones. Like, I want to play Infinite Wealth that came out and stuff like that. So I finished 2, 3, and 4 this year. So Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is the second or really the third, I guess, because Zero, Yakuza game, excuse me. This was a great game, really good story. I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to go ahead and put this up in the great game category. This one was a lot of fun. Great story in this. Really fun combat, great characters, and as always, the fun hijinks that you get into on the side in these Yakuza games. Just crazy stuff. People running around with underpants faces, giant babies. Like it's just foolishness, and I definitely enjoy that. So great game, Yakuza Kiwami 2. Next, we have Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Now, this one, I only played a little bit because I enjoyed it, but I was kind of getting annoyed with the damn barbarians. If you don't completely eradicate the barbarians late game, they steal everybody's tech. So all of a sudden you have barbarians pulling up on you with like nuclear submarines and like aircraft and tanks and stuff. And it's just really annoying. And also I felt like this game was dangerous because it really was a time sink game. Like you would sit down and all of a sudden like 4, 5, 6 hours would go by. So that was dangerous. So I only played like maybe like 10 hours of this. Certainly didn't like beat the game or become an expert or anything. But I did enjoy this game. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a good game. I think. Yeah, I'm going to put it in good. But I enjoyed Eternights more. So Eternights is going to rank higher. Next, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth. Rebirth, excuse me, is what this is. The second remake game, Rebirth. This game was awesome. I played this game. This is a great game. So definitely going to be in the great game category. I think this game was probably my game of the year for 2024, meaning games that actually came out in 2024. Baldur's Gate 3 did not come out in 2024. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here at the very top of the great game category. I think that's a good spot for this. That's what we're going to do. Next, we have XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. So this is XCOM 2, the full base game, plus the War of the Chosen expansion, which adds a whole bunch more content. You're going up against a different faction, the Chosen, and they have like bosses that you have to fight, and it just adds an extra wrinkle. I had never finished XCOM 2, so I played both of them for the first time, really, and I love XCOM. I'm a big strategy RPG fan, tactical strategy RPG fan. This is definitely up here in the great game category for me. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there, right just behind Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We got XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Great game if you're into those tactics-based games. XCOM 2 is one of the GOATs for sure. Moving on, we have The Expanse, a Telltale series. Now, this isn't the full game. This is the Archangel special episode that came out. So this was just a one episode featuring Krisha Avasarala or whatever, the UN undersecretary. There's some, she's getting backstabbed. She has to try to save people. It's been a long time since I played it. I don't remember everything. I'm going to go ahead and say this was pretty mid. It was just one little episode, right? So it was short. I want to say it was like 2 hours maybe. It's Telltale. You make some choices. It was cool, but it wasn't anything crazy special. All right, so the next game here we have is Diablo 4. Diablo 4, now this game is contentious a little bit. It's fallen up from grace. I really did enjoy this game, though. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the great game category. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. So I liked XCOM 2 War of the Chosen more, but Diablo 4 was really fun. I made a necromancer, had a lot of fun, got the max level, maxed out my loot, finished the whole skill tree. Had a really good time. I was going to go back and do the DLC, the expansion that came out, Vessel of Hatred, but I haven't done that. I've just been too busy with other games, and it's like $40, so I don't know if I'm going to go back at this point, now that there's, Path of Exile 2, which is out, and everybody's really hyped on that. It's supposed to be amazing. But anyway, moving on. Let's keep it going. We have Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, I had never played this game before. This game was infamously buggy and busted at launch, so I never played it. But it's in a good state now. I played it on the Xbox Series X. It has FPS boost, so it was running at 60 frames, nice and smooth. I am a fan of history. I like the French Revolution. Napoleon was a GOAT. He was the man. I like Napoleon. One of the only good things about France, really, is Napoleon. So shout out to him. Let's see. So this game, where do I want to? I'm going to put this in good. And I'm going to say that it is right here. So far, the best game in good. Assassin's Creed Unity. Good game. I enjoy it. Next, we have Dragon's Dogma 2. Anyone who knows me, if you listen to my podcast, Games Over Plastic, which I recommend checking out, awesome podcast with my boys Hodge and Sean Mason, you guys will know what I think of this game. This game is trash. I hate this game. I wanted to like this game so much. I was really hyped for it. This really is my style game. I love open world RPGs, but it just felt so bland. The story was bad. It was really buggy. I ran into multiple bugs on it. Also, the pawns, which is like your companions, at first sounded like it was going to be super cool, but really all it is companions that have no story and nothing interesting about them. Complete blank slates, boring. Like all they do is they point out like, oh, there's a chest over here, I think. Like I want actual companions and story and choices and stuff. And this didn't do it for me. I don't like this game. I played like 25 hours and I dropped it. Yeah, that game sucks. Moving on, we have Dragon Age, Inquisition, Trespasser. This is the expansion pack for Trespasser. I played this before playing Dragon Age, The Veilguard. This was really good. This was great. This is in the great game category, no doubt. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the category because it's a DLC. It was only, I don't remember how long it was, maybe like 4 to 6 hours or something. I'm completely guessing, but it was really good, high production, full cutscenes. Great story, great characters, focusing on my boy, the Dread Wolf. soulless. So, and it leads right into the Veilguard, which you'll see down here later. Next, we have Final Fantasy VII. This is the original Final Fantasy VII from 1997. And this was the first time that I have played this game. Believe it or not, I never played it before. That's good. It was a good game, in my opinion. It wasn't as good as Rebirth or the newer ones, of course, I don't think. I don't think it held up as well. But still, great game, great story. It does hold up pretty well. I had no complaints really with the graphics or the gameplay. Had a lot of fun. So shout out to Final Fantasy VII. It is at the top of the good game category for me, at least so far. Next, we have Yakuza 3. Yakuza 3 was pretty mid, I'm going to say. It was still good, don't get me wrong, but it was the worst story, I think, so far of the Yakuza games that I've played. And I've played 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, 3, 4, and I played 7, which was Like a Dragon, because I played that one when it came out on next-gen consoles, because it was like its own new game with a different protagonist. So this was the weakest story, I want to say, so far, but it was still decent. It was pretty mid, I'm going to say. It's not as good as these games up here, but it's definitely better than Expanse and Dragon's Dogma. So next, we have The Quarry. So this game I played around Halloween time. It was okay. It was all right. Like, I wasn't mad about it. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here in good. I had a fun time, making choices, seeing who lives and dies as a result. In my playthrough, only one person legitimately died. I did have a second death at the very end because I hit the wrong button like a retard. Instead of pulling the trigger to shoot the shotgun, for some reason I hit, the right bumper, or R1. I have no idea why, and it didn't shoot, and then my character died, but like I had played everything perfect, and I was ready to gun him down and just hit the wrong button. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Where does this fit on the list here? So it's better than Eternights, but not as good as Unity. Unity was better. So I'm going to put it right there in the middle of good game. Next, we have 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. This is like a visual novel, Japanese game with some light strategy, combat. Really good story, really awesome characters in this. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. It's a good game. It's not as good as Final Fantasy VII, but I'm going to say it's better than Unity. So that's where we're at on this one right there. 13 Sentinels. Coming down to the wire, the final 5. Dragon Age, The Veilguard. The most infamous game of the year. Where will I put it? Where will I rank it? Was it a masterpiece? It was really good. But no, it wasn't a masterpiece. Because we know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was better since it was my game of the year. I'm going to say this game was good. It was great. This game was great. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's going to fit right here. Right here. So we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, then the Veilguard. Veilguard was really good. One of the better games I played all year. I enjoyed the story. I thought the characters were pretty awesome for the most part. The combat was so fun and the graphics were great. It was flawed a little bit. Of course, it had the stupid, they, them stuff forced in. It really felt forced. Like they just, I don't know, that story felt really tacked on. But good game overall. I enjoyed it. So Dragon Age the Veilguard, great game. Just a little better than Diablo 4. All right. Thronebreaker, The Witcher's Tale. Now, this is like the Gwent-based game, Gwent-based combat. You're walking around like a 3D overworld map. Then you're interacting with people and objects. You make choices on the story. You fight a little bit. I thought this game was really good, honestly. But where do I want to put it? I'm going to put it in good game. And I'm going to say, I'm going to put it there. So it's better than 13 Sentinels, but worse than Final Fantasy VII. That's where I'm going to say. So Thronebreaker, The Witcher's Tale, great story, good choices. I did enjoy the Gwent-based combat, actually. I enjoyed that a lot more than actually playing Gwent in The Witcher 3. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Shout out to Hodge. I played this game for him. He recommended this to me. Not usually my type of game. It's like platformer, puzzly with some Souls-like combat. But with all that said, I did enjoy it. This is a good game I'm going to put it in the good game category, and it's better than this, this, and this. I'm going to put it here. I liked Assassin's Creed Unity a bit more, but Kena was better than The Quarry and these subsequent games. So that's where I'm going to put Kena, Bridge of Spirits. Then we have The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is a masterpiece. What more do I need to say? Which one of these games is better? This is almost a coin toss, honestly. Right? These are two of the best games ever made, two of the best RPGs ever made. For me, I'm going to give the nod to Baldur's Gate 3. I think it's slightly better, just a little bit, but it is close. The Witcher 3 Complete Edition, played for the first time, or beat really for the first time. With all the DLC, of course. Blood and Wine DLC was incredible. So much fun. Shout out to Geralt. Shout out to Triss, who was my favorite girl, believe it or not Yennefer. Triss was my favorite. But I haven't played The Witcher 1 or 2 yet. So maybe that'll change when I play that more. But just from 3, Triss was my favorite. But all the characters are awesome. What a great game. I love it. I can't wait for Witcher 4. So masterpiece, Witcher 3. And then we have Yakuza 4, the final game that I beat in the year 2024. This was the third Yakuza game for me, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the... It's in the great game category, honestly. It's great. It's better than the DLC Trespasser, but it's not as good as Kiwami 2, but it's close. So Kiwami 2, slightly better than Yakuza 4, and then Trespasser, which was amazing, but it was a DLC, so it's down here. So this is it. The final list, in order. My favorite games, Baldur's Gate 3, and then The Witcher 3, masterpieces, my number 1 and 2. My game of the year 2024, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the best in the great game category. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Diablo 4, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 4, Trespasser DLC. Then we drop down to the good game category. We have Final Fantasy VII, Thronebreaker, 13 Sentinels, in this order. Assassin's Creed Unity, Kena Bridge of Spirits, then The Quarry, then Eternites, then Civ 6, Yakuza 3, kind of mid, Expanse, kind of mid, Dragon's Dogma 2, ass. Game sucks. What do you guys think about my list? Do you disagree? What would you change? What did I overrate? What did I drastically underrate? Let me know in the comments, please. I read all the comments. I will respond. And let me know what some of your favorite games that you played are. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.